Hey, Erin Koss here, CEO at Syte Consulting Group. I can't believe it's already this many weeks into January and we're in the new year so far as we are. I just can't even believe it. Seems like months ago already that we were taking that break over the holidays. And I know many of us look back at that time on how did the prior year go? What were the wins? What were the losses? What were the challenges? What do we want to do better next year? In the process, we start creating the new year, and many of us set goals and intentions for that year. And one of the things that was occurring to me as I just felt like I was in the hustle and bustle of 2022 already so far is how easy it is to forget those goals and intentions so quickly or to lose sight of them. And so I was thinking about that this morning, and I had a couple of ideas and thoughts that I just wanted to share with you and see if maybe they resonate. For starters, I know that most of us go into 2022 or went into this year, go into the new year as it is. And as we set our goals and intentions, we might forget what those are. And as we do, one of the things I've been starting to do is on a Monday morning, trying to get grounded even for 5 minutes in just reminding myself what those are. In the process of doing that, I find that during the week, I'm more aware and more focused and more thoughtful about how I spend my time. The other thing that I did this year that I thought was for me, it was interesting. Again, I hope it's interesting to you is, we all know what goals are, right? We set our goals every year and we think about the goals as being defined as the outcome we want to achieve, the desired results, right? Well, super important. For us at Syte Consulting Group, for us, it's about growing the business and adding key people to our organization this year. Those are some of our big goals that we're striving for. But underneath that are something we call intentions, intentions can be viewed a couple different ways, but no matter how you skin it, they're more detail oriented. One way to think about intentions are it's the process of reaching the goal. It's the how. It's the what are we going to do and how are we going to do it. So it's the process for reaching the goals. What are the steps, the things we're going to do, and how are we going to approach reaching our goals? That's one way to look at it. Another way, and maybe even a more meaningful way that has shown up for me recently, is I like to create a theme around intentions. So I think about intentions even more broadly than just a process. I think about it as also how is it I'm going to choose to show up in the world? How is it I'm going to behave in the world in addition to the process and the steps that I'm going to take? So they all kind of work together, right? And one of the things I do is like to create a theme, which is sometimes a lot of folks will think about this as what's my one word for 2022 that will kind of cover the way in which I want to show up and behave this year and the way I want to focus this year. And so for me, for example, that word this year is accepting. So maybe your word is gratitude or organized or joy. Any word that suits your intention is totally perfect, right? So for me, it's accepting. And so what that is for me is as I go through the process of trying to reach my goals this year, I'm trying to be more accepting. For me, that starts with accepting myself. So accepting that I am not perfect, that I'm doing the best that I can, that I'm trying as hard as I can to be the best that I can be. And that extends to then accepting other people around me and how they show up, whether it's what I want or not how I want it. If, no matter what I think about it, doesn't matter. I'm accepting the people around me exactly how they show up, just like I'm doing with myself. It also goes to how can I accept the things that I can't change? So for me, recognizing that I don't have control over everything. So this is for me some important themes for the year that go into as I approach the goals that we have both personally and professionally. I mentioned a few that we have at Syte this year that are really going to be how I focus and how I think about the ways that I approach meeting those goals. And so as I think back to the things that we've talked about today, the thing that strikes me is as we go into just a busy, busy year, one that is, again, so unique and is going to just be as busy as they come, right? I want to be thinking about my goals for the year, both personally and professionally. Those are the end results. That's where it is, where it is I'm trying to go. And yet I want to also be aware of my intentions and maybe even set a theme for those intentions, right? A one-word theme. Because I want to be intentional, forgive the pun, in the way that I show up and behave and approach the goals that I set. And I think each of us does that in a unique way. And for me, I'm looking at those on a Monday. Every Monday, the first thing that I do is hit my chair in my office and I take 5 minutes and I think about both of those things. What are my goals and how am I going to show up and approach meeting those goals? And it just keeps that reminder front of mind as we get really busy and start to get mired in the details of what we do. So I hope this has given you a little bit of nuggets and maybe some additional things to think about as you approach your goals with intention this year. And I would love to hear how you think about goal setting and meeting those goals. I know it's something that's important to most of us as we lead the people and the companies that we care about. So I would love to hear what you have to say as well and what's working for you. In the meantime, we'll look forward to chatting with you again in February. Don't stay too busy and don't work too hard, and do the best you can to be the best you can. We care about you a ton. Take care. Bye.